little shake to him and gets outfield for a little yards after the catch. So if you're Illinois, you got to just start throwing the ball. There's 9 minutes, 48 seconds left. Play action's probably out of the picture because they know they have to throw the ball. So if you're Illinois, you got to just start throwing his shoulders. 9 minutes, 48 seconds left.
True freshman receiver
Play action's probably out of
the game.
Out of the picture because they know they have to throw the ball.
9.5 to play.
You got to just start throwing his shoulders. 9 minutes, 48 seconds left.
True freshman receiver
Play action's probably out
into the game.
Foster because they know they have to throw the ball.
Short gain on 9.5 to play.
Just start throwing his shoulders. 9 minutes, 48
Been a big spot for defense and receiver. Into the game. Foster. Short gain on 9.5 to play.
Just start throwing his shoulders. Just 9 minutes,
Been a big spot for defense and receiver. Into the game. Foster. Short gain on 9.5 to play.
just start throwing his shoulders.
Been a big spot for defense and receiver. Into the game. Foster. Short gain on 9.5 to play. Pretty good coverage by M.J. Stewart.
You know, when you have jump balls, when you have 50-50 balls, Illinois' got to come down with some of these. And that ball's put on the money. Should have been caught in the hands of Sam Mays. Pretty good coverage by M.J. Stewart, though. You can see he actually rakes the right arm down of Sam Mays, which makes it very difficult to catch. That's a legal play as he pulls at that elbow. Well coached M.J. Stewart right there.
Third down again for Illinois. Lunt, tons of room.
Illinois showing some life.
Let's check in with Rick Pizzo.
Eric Gabe Megginson is on the training table. The tape has been cut off that left ankle. The shoe is off as well. It appears doubtful he'll be back in this game.
Thank you, Rick. Jordan Fagan remains in the game, replacing Megginson at left guard. 11th play of this drive.
Bad ball by Wes Lunt. They had the matchup they wanted. Malik Turner on Andre Smith. He's not falling back. His feet are set. That's pitch and catch. You've got a receiver on a linebacker. That would have been a game. Wes Lunt looks out of kilter. Not his best night tonight.
Second down and 10. Still a lot of time remaining in this fourth quarter. Lunt, long throw for a short gain. Showed off that big arm of his. Catch made by Desmond Kane. 7-yard gain will bring up third down and short.
See, Kane, it was a duck of a ball, but he still got it from the far hash all the way to the sideline. That's a long throw. Shows the arm strength and was accurate on the pass. So you got to think you're in 4-down territory here. It's 3rd and 3. That opens up the playbook for the possible run on 3rd and 3.
Foster, the back of the game. They fake it to him. Lunt looking for help. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Andre Smith was matched up with Malik Turner, and he got away with the hold for sure. And if you're a linebacker going against a receiver, now watch him right here. He's the number 3 receiver. You can see right there, holding him. So don't go anywhere there, Malik. He's got both hands around him. Should have been called, was not.
4th down and 3. Critical drive for the Illini. Oh, and the snap was unexpected. A flag is down. There was all sorts of movement going on. This may be a non-play.
Illegal motion on the offense. Number 22 in the backfield was moving forward at the snap. That penalty is declined. North Carolina will take over on downs.
So because it was illegal motion, plays against Illinois, because if it was a false start, it would have been a dead play and had another shot. Yep, you can't be moving forward, at least in American football, when the ball is snapped. In Canada, you see guys get 20-yard running starts and they're off to the races.
That kind of night for Illinois.
That was a big play. Huge play right there.
Let's see if North Carolina maybe slows things down to use some clock on this possession. There's a flag down on the field.
Darius Mosley just held Matt Collins, said, Matt, you're not going anywhere.
Pass interference, defense, number 24. That's a spot foul, first down.
So you can see he's just tying him up. Darius Mosley has his hands all over him. I don't know if he thought it was a run play or if he thought that the ball wasn't being thrown his direction, but bad technique.
Switzer. Tackled in space by Hardy Nickerson. He's in double figures in tackles. I'd be surprised if he does that each and every game this season.
Yeah, Switzer can get out in space and make people miss, but the angle that Hardy Nickerson takes is what makes him have proper tackles. He always pursues the ball in the correct way and negates the cutback of the runner. Switzer's a shifty guy.
Please reset the game clock. The game clock to 7:06.
So you bring Elijah Hood back into the game. I wouldn't be surprised if Illinois got a heavy dose of Elijah Hood. This is what Elijah Hood is built for.
Here's Hood. Oh, Hood's got a chance. What kind of speed does this man have? Looks like he's got enough. Hood is gonna score. Touchdown, North Carolina, 62 yards.
Elijah Hood, the ball carrier, for the touchdown.
TJ Logan, known as the speedster, but the big fella, 230, the freight train got moving. He was not able to be caught.
Huge run for Hood. You mentioned his quarter to shine is generally the fourth quarter. The Illini defense has been worn down, and Hood takes advantage. Weiler, the extra point. 22-point lead for North Carolina. No doubt about it. Big hole for Elijah Hood once the first wave was passed at 6. North Carolina comes to Champaign and scores 45 points with 6:49 remaining in our fourth quarter. A huge crowd. First sellout in 5 seasons. And it's a non-conference game, too. 60,670 shoehorned into this building. The excitement's back. Maybe not a victory, but the excitement's back with the Illini.
I think Illinois fans were happy that they were at least competitive in the first half. Just way too many mistakes and unforced errors. Not only the fumbles and the penalties, but they bobbled the ball in the backfield a couple times in critical situations. We saw it on the 4th down. We saw it down at the goal line as well in the red zone. You just can't afford to have ball handling mistakes that are unforced.
Illini with a pulse, but it's faint. They're going to need to score quickly. Well, next weekend, another great day of action at noon. A couple of games coming your way right here on BTN. You got the Badgers and Penn State in action. Then at 3:30, Michigan hosting Colorado. That'll be a good one. Duke and Northwestern also in action. It's all next weekend at noon Eastern on BTN and BTN to go. Go to btn.com/gamefinder to find the game in your market. Over the years, Colorado and Michigan, there's been some exciting history there. Cordell Stewart.
Was that 1994 or 95?
Yeah. Good memory. I don't know if it was 94 or 95. One of those years, probably.
I know Bill McCartney was the coach.
Turner, pass too high.
Again, they have the matchup that they want. Andre Smith on the lead Turner. Westland has just missed tonight. There's just no other way around it. It's not analysis. There's nothing. He just missed.
Okay, is reason to worry if I'm on the line out there.
I would say yes. It's sort of their offensive player. One of your best offensive players. To me, if you're an A-plus player, you play A-plus and B+, and he has a 17 of 34 completion percentage. And the ball handling. It didn't show his bad ball handling. He's got to play better.
And off to Foster. Fans may have wanted a horse collar. That was a loud, a loud groan from the remaining fans here at Memorial Stadium. Gain of 8.
Yeah, I actually think Miles got him on the top of the helmet here with his right arm, comes across and gets him just on the top of the helmet. Hard to see if he got any inside the helmet for the face mask, but no call.
Third down. Illini going to run for it. They've got the first down.
Now, for Illinois, you got to start moving. You got to get 3 scores, 22 points. 3 scores and a 2-point conversion. There's 6 minutes left. You got to take some shots down the field. Now you get a fresh set of downs.
Under 6 minutes to play fourth quarter. Illini will take on Western Michigan next week. Miscommunication.
I want to point out, North Carolina's got a pretty active front, and the offensive line for Illinois is actually giving Westland time. We didn't know if they'd be able to hold up against this front, and Westland hasn't been able to complete the balls. Some of that due to the coverage of MJ Stewart, Des Lawrence, very good cover corners, and they've really been tight on their coverage. But it's really been the inaccuracy of Westland tonight, which is one thing if you thought would be counted on for the Illini, it would be Westland throwing the ball on target. Hasn't been the case.
Foster, negative play. Nas Jones again.
Nas Jones is a big man. Swallows Kendrick Foster in the backfield.
I'm not a scout, but defensive tackles who are 6'5", 310 pounds, who seem to be nimble, they don't grow on trees.
They're hard to find for sure, and they're pretty young as well. Jalen Dalton, just a sophomore, was banged up though early in camp. Just played 20 plays against Georgia, playing well tonight.
Lunt's going to run. That'll bring up fourth down.
We said Nas Jones was nimble. The big man making an open field tackle.
Tackle by Nick Jones.
That's a disappointing offensive series for Illinois. You got to have at least some kind of urgency, especially down 3 scores. I saw no sense of urgency by Illinois.
Punt team's on. Reisner. This is Austin Prohl getting a chance. And Prohl knocked out of bounds after a real good return. In case you're wondering, he is the son of Ricky Prohl, longtime NFL wide receiver, current wide receiver coach of the Carolina Panthers. Here's our Duluth Trading hardest working player, Keyshawn Vaughn, the lion's share of those 116 yards coming on a 65-yard touchdown run back in the first quarter.
Those numbers are deceptive with that big run. I think Keyshawn Vaughn got frustrated as the game went on. He had the unsportsmanlike conduct as he hit a North Carolina player in the helmet. Obviously, coach is not happy with that. And Kendrick Foster, we've seen more in the second half, actually, get some more runs and some more carries.
New quarterback in for North Carolina. Nathan Elliott hands off to Chris Francis, who gets to the 20-yard line. So 17 more yards for North Carolina, who seem to have taken the spirit away from Illinois. Final drive coming your way after the game. Lots to talk about. Ohio State in action. Buckeyes taking on a very game Tulsa team. It was a close one for a while. Did you see what happened in Evanston? Michigan showing what they're all about. Penn State in a close one. 3.5 remaining.
Well, if you're Illinois, you're going to move to one-on-one, most likely. Where do you go from here? There's definitely some positives, but just way too many unforced errors. We keep saying it, this has been the story of the game. The penalties, the ball handling mistakes, unsportsmanlike conducts, uncharacteristic of a Lovie Smith coach team. Don't see that a lot out of Coach Smith's teams. I know that's going to be something addressed and hopefully corrected for the Illini down the road.
Well, something that the Illini will have to watch out for. Next week, they're going to take on Western Michigan, and just because it says Western Michigan, don't think that it's going to be a romp in the park. MAC schools have been playing real well so far early in this season. Western Michigan, of course, coached by P.J. Fleck, pulled off the upset. Call it that now, the way Northwestern lost again this week, but it was deemed an upset at the time when they went into Evanston last week and got that win.
And you look at the schedule, Western Michigan's definitely not a push-up. Then they got to bye, then go to Nebraska. Probably the two easier games on the schedule, Purdue and Rutgers. Illinois wants to go to a bowl before they get in the meat of their schedule. The Michigans, the Michigan States, Wisconsins, Iowas, they got to get a couple more wins.
2 minutes remaining. Jameel President had a big game a week ago. Hasn't been nearly as flashy here in week 2 against North Carolina. It's a loss of 4 on that play, though.
Well, Illinois is deep at the defensive line. Jameel President had 3 tackles for loss along with Carroll Phillips last week. Not as productive this week, but also didn't have as many reps.
4th and 14, no option except for to go for the field goal for North Carolina. 41-yarder. Larry Fedora takes a timeout. Take it as well. It'll be a quick one. Back in a moment.
Their first time out of the half.
As far
.119 remaining. North Carolina testing themselves out of the chute. I love their scheduling. Take on an SEC team. Last week they lost against Georgia, but it was a close one. And now here in Big Ten country. Kick is good from 41 yards out for Weiler. 1:14 remaining. Back to finish this one up in a moment. Well, Lovie Smith knew that this wasn't going to be an instantaneous turnaround. After all the good vibes from the win last week, back to reality here, taking on a Power 5 conference team in North Carolina.
I think what's disappointing, he's got a senior-laden team. Quarterback that's a senior. Defensive linemen that are seniors. Artie Nickerson, a senior. Usually have senior-laden teams. You don't make unforced errors. You don't make the penalties. You don't have critical situations in which you have penalties. And I think that's going to be the storyline next week as they prepare for Western Michigan.
Let's see which quarterback comes out for Illinois. Wes Lunt having an off day. Is his night over? It is. Nope, he's going to stay in the game.
If you're a quarterback, mental toughness is paramount. Since he made that fumble early in the game that was unforced, I did not think that mentally Wes Lunt bounced back correctly. And if you're the senior leader in the senior team and you're a quarterback, you've got to bounce back mentally.
Trey Nation. First carry for the true freshman. Gain of 11. Nation was impressive in the win against Murray State a week ago. He's from Leeds, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham.
And hats off to the North Carolina defense. Much maligned as far as their run defense goes, other than the big run by Vaughn and Kendrick Foster, another big run. They've been pretty sound in the run game compared to what they've been the last 4 games they played.
Let's talk about what you've seen out of North Carolina. This is a team that's got a chance to be a real factor nationally with what I've seen. Of course, last year they were good. 11 consecutive wins from the meat of the season. Won their side of the ACC.
Well, the difference was that Mitch Trubisky this week made those big throws. He missed a lot of big throws against Georgia. They would have won that football game, despite all the rushing yards from Nick Chubb for Georgia. And so Mitch Trubisky, when he's on, this offense is dangerous.
Lovie Smith can attest to that. So it's official. That's the first loss of the Lovie Smith era. There'll be better days. Now the big story here, Illinois, after a solid first quarter offensively and defensively, just couldn't sustain.
Well, the tempo of North Carolina definitely wore out the Illinois defense. They put up 48 points. They could have put up more. Some missed field goals, some missed opportunities for North Carolina. And if you're Illinois, you have to look at this film and say, what do we do well? What do we do wrong? Correct it and play the next week. It's a long season. 10 games left for the Illini.
Well, that's going to do it from Champaign. Final score, North Carolina 48, Illinois 23. For Jay Lehman and Rick Pizzo, I am Eric Collins. After the break, we'll send you to Dave, Jerry, and Howard in our Chicago studio for the final drive presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Good night, everybody, from Illinois.
that sound. Boom. Boom. Boom! That didn't come from the troglodytes. No, that came from something else. The Demogorgon!
We're in deep shit.
Will, your action!
I don't know.
Fireball
I'd
him!
have to roll a 13 or higher.
Too risky. Cast a protection spell.
Don't be a pussy. Fireball him.
Cast protection.
The Demogorgon is tired of your silly human bickering. It stops towards you. Boom! Fireball him, Will! Stop! Boom!
Cast protection.
It was in anger! And fireball!
And fireball! Where'd it go? Where is it? I don't know.
Is it a 13?
I don't know. Where is it?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Where is it? Did you find it yet?
No, I can't
Oh my
find
god.
it.
Oh my
Hey!
Is it a
Mom, we're in the middle of a campaign.
You mean the end? 15 after.
Oh my god. Oh, like an idiot. We have to go.
Mom, wait! Just 20 more minutes.
School night, Michael. I just put Holly to bed. You can finish next
But
weekend.
then I ruined the flow.
Michael.
I'm serious, Mom. The campaign took 2 weeks to plan. How was I supposed to know it was going to take 10 hours?
You've been playing for 10 hours?
Dad, don't you think that 20 more
I think you should listen to your mother. Daggum piece of junk.
Oh, I got it! Does the 7 count?
It was a 7? Did Mike see it? Then it doesn't count.
Hey guys, does anyone want this?
No.
No. No, I don't. Yeah, he's cute. Or, no, I don't think so. Barb, you're
Hey,
not?
Nancy, there's a slice left if you want it. Sausage and pepperoni.
Hold on.
But this still has protection.
There's something wrong with your sister.
What are you talking about?
She's got a stick up her butt.
Yeah, it's because she's been dating that douchebag Steve Harrington.
Yep, she's turning into a real jerk.
She's always been a real jerk.
She used to be cool. Like that time she dressed up as an elf for our Elder Free campaign.
4 years ago.
Just saying.
Later. It was a 7.
Huh?
The roll, it was a 7. The Demogorgon, it got me. See you tomorrow.
Good night, ladies.
Kiss your mom night for me. Race back to my place. Winter gets a comic.
Any comic?
Yeah. Hey! Hey! I didn't say go! Get back here! I'm gonna kill you!
I'll take your X-Men 1, 3, 4.
Son of a bitch.
Let's hand off now to Liz at the news desk.
All right, thank you, Donna. Turning now to local news, we're getting reports of surges and power outages all across the county. Last night, hundreds of homes in East Hawkins were affected, leaving many residents in the dark. The cause of the outage is still unknown. We reached out to Roane County Water and Electric, and a spokesperson says that they are confident power will be restored to all remaining homes within the next several hours.